back to politics in Westminster, and despite having cast Gavin Williamson adrift into the political wilderness yesterday, it seems he's still causing the government a major headache, with reports today suggesting it's believed a major security leak may have involved the former minister, Penny Mordaunt, having to take urgent action while she was briefly Defence Secretary to try and cover that up. Well, Williamson was sacked from the job by Theresa May over a previous alleged security breach, and he has denied these latest allegations. Let's speak now to our political reporter, Katherine Forster. And Katherine, he was resigning, he said, because he was proving a distraction. He seems still to be rather distracting for Rishi Sunak.
Yes, indeed. The new Prime Minister really might have hoped, mightn't he, that after Sir Gavin Williamson resigned on Tuesday night, that this might have gone away as an issue, but not a bit of it. Sir Gavin Williamson is facing calls for him to be stripped of his knighthood by the Lib Dems. He is also facing now 3 separate investigations, 2 from the Independent Complaints and Grievance Scheme, 1 internal Conservative Party investigation over both the comments to Wendy Morton, the WhatsApp messages that were leaked over the weekend, and then, of course, the supposed comments to the unnamed MOD official where he is alleged to have suggested that they slit their throat. So this is not going away anytime soon. Of course, Gavin Williamson has form on being indispensable to Prime Ministers right up until the time that he's not. He was sacked as Defence Secretary back under Theresa May over a supposed security leak to do with Huawei. Then he was got rid of as Education Secretary under Boris Johnson not very long ago, and real questions over Rishi Sunak's judgment on bringing him back in the first place.
And this latest suggested leak, I mean, the reports say that Penny Mordaunt even had to consider what they call a D notice, which basically is an instruction to the media not to say anything about it at all.
Yes, it is incredible, isn't it? And we will obviously wait to see how this develops. But of course, as I've said, this is not the first time, if this proves to be the case, that Gavin Williamson has leaked sensitive information which he should not. And so both in terms of this, in terms of national security, and in terms of his behaviour round Westminster, these weaknesses of Gavin Williamson have been known, and more reports today that Rishi Sunak was warned, although he had said specifically about the bullying allegations that he hadn't known any specifics. Reports today that Jake Berry had made it clear that these were to do with bullying and misogyny. So on several fronts now, more and more pressure being heaped upon Sir Gavin, and more questions about why on earth the Prime Minister appointed him in the first place.
And just talking of the Westminster jungle, and of course another certain jungle at the other side of the world, what's being said there about Matt Hancock? I understand there's some reports that MPs are actually trying to vote from Westminster. Just wondering to taste the various treats available down under, should we say?
There's apparently a number of WhatsApp groups between MPs. Chris Heaton-Harris this morning, Northern Irish Secretary, admitting that many MPs have got the app on their phone ready to vote for Matt Hancock to undergo various horrors in the jungle. Of course, last night he had a deeply unpleasant experience with lots of creepy crawlies, which I think was probably enjoyed by many MPs on both sides. But then again, he is reportedly being paid some £400,000 to undergo these trials, while also, of course, collecting his salary as a constituency MP. We're told that he is available for constituency work. I think you have to be fairly urgent to be contacting him. And of course, we're expecting him to talk a lot about his dyslexia. That's one of the reasons that he gave for why he was going into the jungle, because he could reach more people. No discussion of dyslexia as yet, but of course only one day in, so let's see what happens this evening. But plenty more creepy crawlies for Matt Hancock, I am sure.